Hello everyone, this is the Module 3 lab for the Skills Integration on Packet Tracer 8.412. And this is the overall lab layout. This is your help here. We need to, excuse me, get all this information in. And the scenario you could read on your own. Your company has a contract to set up a small network for a restaurant owner. These are the requirements and suggested score and rubrics. So let's see if we could get 80 points completing the addressing table. Okay, so now we're going to just go down the list here. There are other ways to do this, but this is just one of them. So I'm just going to move this over to my second screen, open it back up, and now we're going to start working on R1. That's your main router here. Excuse me. So the configuration is not available to us, so we'll have to go to the command line interface. We're going to hit enter to get it started. Okay, so R1 with the greater than means we need to enable it, so we're going to type enable. So we're here. So we want to get into the configuration terminal, so it's a config T, enter. So we're in the configuration mode here. So what do we need to do here? Okay, so for the G0/0, we need to start programming. So we're going to start doing the G0/0 first. So we want to get into that interface. So we will say interface G0/0, enter, and here we are in the actual interface here, right? So we're going to program in the IP version 4 first. Okay, so it'll be IP address, and the address is 172.16.10, and the actual place is 1. And then we're going to put in the mask, which is 255.255.255.192. Enter. We'll say no shut to get it up. Okay, so the interface is up. All right, so we got the IP version 4 in. Okay, so what else do we need to do? We need to get the version 6 IP in. So we will say IP version 6 address, and then that is 2001 colon DB8 colon cafe colon 1 double colon, which means everything in here is empty. Then it's a 1. Then it's a /64 to show the mask. Enter. Okay, just to be safe, we'll say no shut here. Okay, so we have the version 4 and the version 6 address, and let's see if this is working right now. So I am going to bring over the score sheet. Take a quick look. So we'll check results. Assessment items. Excuse me. Now, so we got all these things in. So we are missing the link local. Okay, so let's go look for the link local. All right. So I am going to move this back over. I'm going to close that. So the link local. Okay, so the link local is down here. So that is for the version 6. Okay, so you should have some sort of a checklist made up which will show all this information. So configure link local IP version 6 like this. So we put link local after it with a dash in between. Okay, So we'll bring this back. We'll go into it. We should still be in the interface. So we will say IP, version 6. I need to bring up the other portion. So FE80::1. So IP version 6 address FE80::1 link dash local. Let's say no shut to be safe. All right, so let's look at the score sheet again. Assessment items. Okay, we got the link local in. Good. So let's move on. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to configure S1, the switch, right here. So I'm going to open that up. Let's see. All right, so we probably can't configure that configuration, so we will get into the CLI. All right, enter. We'll enable it so we can configure it. Config T to get into the terminal itself, and then we're going to start programming this. Just in case you don't have it memorized, be sure you again have this kind of a checklist. And let's see, for a VLAN 1, then you put the IP address in, then no shut. So let's start working on that. So we want to get into the interface VLAN 1. Okay, we made some error. I forgot to put an IP address. So I'm going to do an up arrow, go to the front. We need to put in the default gateway and then say to configure the IP default gateway, you come out of the terminal mode, come down into configuration by clicking exit, then type in IP default dash gateway, and then the address 172.16.10.1. Enter. Okay, and then we want to take a look, make sure it is working. So check results, assessment, and the default gateway is in for S1, and for R1 is done. So move that out of the way. Then we have the sheet back. We have the sheet back. Okay, so R1 and S1 is done. So what else do we need to do? We still need to, S2 is already configured. S1 is done. So now we're going to start on Manager A with the IP version 4 and the 6. So we're going to go into Manager A. And then again, the config mode is bad. So we have to go into the CLI. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Manager A. We'll go to the desktop. Let's try IP config. Okay, so we can do a few things here on IP config. So Manager A, it's .3, so the IP address is 176.16.10.3. So the mask stays. Be sure you don't bite on the one that they give you. You have to change it to 255.192 because of the subnet that you have. Okay, the default gateway we really can't tell, but we are on this side of the net, and it's the one that's going out. So we could assume that is the same as the S1 default gateway. So we'll put in 172.16.10.1 in this case. So we put the IP address and the default gateway in. Let's see if that'll work. So we're going to check results, assessment, network. Thank you. We got the default gateway in, and we got the subnet mask in, but it did not like the IP address. So let's check on that again. So we'll come out of this, and then we'll go back into manager A. So, okay, so I put in 110. Gotta be careful. So this should have been 10. Okay, so everything else should have worked. All right. Now for the DNS server, we can't assume that it is the website PKA. So, well, let's check. So I'm going to go into manager B, go into the desktop, go into the IP config, and let's see here. The DNS server is 10.66, and that is the DNS server for. So let's try the 66. So we'll go put in 172.16.10. What did we say? 66. Okay. Let's check our results. Let's see, manager A. The default gateway, the DNS server is good. Okay, and then we will work on the rest of the stuff now. Okay, so let's come out of this. Let's see. So for manager A, we need to put in the IP version 6 address in. So IP version 6, it is 2001 colon DB8 colon cafe colon 1 colon 1. And this time we'll put the subnet mask over here, which is 64. And the link local address should be the same since we're on the A side. So we will put in the FE80 colon 1 and the IP version 6 gateway. Let's see, the IP version 6 gateway is not listed here. So let's take a look here. Again, I am going to go into the other side, manager B. So the manager B's IP version 6 gateway is FE80 colon 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that in there. And the version 6 server, the DNS server is the 2 colon 2. Let's see, is that the website? So the website is 2 colon 2. Okay, so we'll stay with that. So we go back into manager A. Version 6 was what? Since I'm getting old and my memory is gone, I went over to the manager B, copied it, and I pasted it over here. Then for the IP version 6 gateway, I believe it was all still FE80 shift colon 1. Let's see if these are right or wrong. Okay, so hopefully we got everything in manager A done. So I'm going to go into checking it. Manager A, let's see. It looks good. Let's see. Okay, everything's good except for the ports and the IP address for 01. Okay, that's right. We didn't fill the second half of this done yet. So let's get this done first. Okay, so I am going to close this. I am going to go back to R1, and then I'm going to start that again. Go to enable mode. Okay, then I am going to configuration terminal. Config T should do it. And this time, we're going to go and get the one that I forgot the first time, the G0/1. So I'm going to go interface, G0/1. Okay, I'm in that interface now. So for the IP address, it is 172.16.10. This is G01 is 65. Put in the mask, 255.255.255.192, still the same. Enter. Do a no shut, keep it up. Okay, so that is up. Okay, so now we need to put in the version 6 address, which is IP version 6 address, 2001 colon DB8 shift colon cafe colon 2 colon let's see 1/64. Okay, enter. That seems to be okay. And the link local is the FE80 one. So we'll go ahead and get that in. IP address, excuse me, IP, to go back and get rid of that extra E. Let's see, I'm having a hard time getting rid of that E. Let's try backspace here if that'll work. Sometimes redo it, IP version 6, address, FE80, colon 1. Let's make sure that's right. Space, link, link dash local. Okay, it still doesn't like that. Okay, looks like we are doing the right thing, or we think we're doing the right thing. So let's go back and make sure we are doing the right thing. Okay, at times like this, let's go back one and see if it actually went in and it's just not showing it. So I'm doing a show run. Okay, we need to come out of the config mode completely, exit, show run here. Okay, let's go into Giga01. Okay, so here it says it's 3002, so we're not putting in what I think I'm putting in. So let's get out of this mode here. We're going to go back into the config T. We're in the terminal. We're going to go into the interface, G0/1, and then we're going to see IP version 6 address. Make sure it really is FE80 colon 1. Okay. Maybe it wants the network mask. Let's try link dash local. Okay, it didn't like the link local. Let's go back here. Let's take this portion out. Try it again. Okay, so it took the commands are starting to look alike, so you got to be careful. Let's no shut to be safe. Okay, so let's see where we are on our scoreboard. Check results. Okay, still didn't like the IP address. For gigabit 01. So have to come out of here. Okay, so the link local is in there, but the IP version 6 address is incorrect. So let's work on that. Config T interface G0/1 no IP version 6 address, and then we're going to put in IP version 6 address. Let's get it right this time. 2001 colon DB8 colon cafe colon 2 1 slash 64. Enter. Let's see what happens. So we're back in the running configuration to take a look, but the link local fell out, so we'll have to get that back in there. We're in enable config T to get back in the terminal mode, get into the interface 0/1, and then it's IPv6 address FE80 :1 space link local link dash local. Don't forget the dash. Enter. Then those should be on the safe side. Now let's look at our scoring. So that looks good for all the router switches. So let's now work on the manager A. So the version 6 address 2001 DB8 cafe 1 :1 -64. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Oh, it should be 3. Okay. My error, backspace 3. And the link local is already in there. Let's take a look at the scoring now. So the fast Ethernet IP address is wrong. I got 16, 10, and 3 here. And it should be 16, 10, and 3. That looks good. The default gateway. Very easy to do. I had a 172.6 instead of 172. I didn't catch that for a very long time. That's why my assessment, we finally got it all. So I made a few errors on purpose, a few that I didn't do on purpose, and hopefully I showed you how to correct it also. Thank you.